Using conditional highlighting can be really powerful as a teacher. Let's look at how we can use it with our pupils. Using numbers is a great way to create a scaffold for a project or for a lesson. Let's have a look at the various ways that this can be done. The reason that it's so good is the top up here can be organized into pages or sections. So this is for a topic on the Greeks. You can just see I've just literally removed the table, used it as a blank canvas, put in the name of our topic, given them a choice of things that they may like to do, and then just inserted some things, some various levels, almost like a rubric, if you will, about what I'd like them to achieve. So that was the first page, just introducing it, and then questions and prompts, just created a table there, and we looked at the various subjects that we wanted to cover across that topic. And so we decided to include a question to try and guide the students through each part of the topic. So you can see down here, this is all about the democracy and the government, and then there was some questions for them to answer, which would help them to formulate their work into some kind of structure and topic. We did the same for every section. We put some pictures in as well, just to show who the ancient Greeks were, and this was called our planner, and then they had a section for their notes. Now that worked really well. We just airdropped it out, and that was an ongoing process for a few weeks where we taught the research skills, and each week we focused on a different area, and then we just pasted some links to resources down the bottom there, which was great. Other ways in which it can be used is we did a lovely project about our local area and why the Northeast was so great. So again, I've just wiped out the tables and I've inserted these into a structure. So just creating a little guide for them to work on when we went out to a local park. So the instructions were there. We were going to walk around the park, find out what makes us happy, find out why not, and we wanted to record our thoughts. So we had a table for the positive features of the park, and a table for the negative features in the park and the impact on the community, and then we took photographs of things that we like, and I created these placeholders, which I will show you how to do in just a moment. And then we had one for negative, so I'll just show you how I created those placeholders. You will need the photographs up on the side, so I'm just going to slide that across. I am going to take this and I am going to add a shape around it. So I always like the rounded ones. I'm just going to do that there. I'm then going to choose the paintbrush. I am going to arrange that oblong so it's behind there. I need to get that in the center with the guidelines. I'm then going to choose the style. So this is just for aesthetics. I want that to be white. I want this to be grey to keep it in line with all the other ones. So that colour grey. If I hold down off the space and pull around, I get to highlight everything within there. I'm going to group that, and then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this over to photos, and that will save that as a photograph. Now, usually what you do is you set as a placeholder, but because that's two shapes grouped, we can't do that. So I'm just going to remove that. I'm going to add in the photograph that I've literally just taken, that one there. And then what I can do is I can reposition that. I can go to the paintbrush up in the top corner. I can choose image, and I can choose set as a placeholder. So every time a child takes a photograph, they can literally tap the plus button and add their photograph directly in. Just going to copy that across several times, and there you go. And then on the final on the final section, we had their park design again, just a placeholder there. Take a photograph of the park, use markup to basically draw and design something new, and then they were going to use plus, record audio, and add their audio in over the top about their ideas. So really quite simple, but all the resources were in one particular place so that we could take them with us without having to take sheets of paper, which was fantastic. And then we can go back and we can have a look at a science lesson as well. So you can see at the top here, again, it's 3 sheets to break down our experiment. So we've got properties knowledge, and this is just learning intention right there, just a shape with a background of an image. I asked them to put an image of themselves in, so when we uploaded it to our portfolio, we would be able to see at a glance whose it was straight away. I also asked them to change the name on the top to theirs, and then this was quite literally using the gallery feature. So hit plus and then go to image gallery down the side, and once you put the image gallery in, if I just show you here, you have the option to put in a caption. So we can title and caption. You can turn the caption on underneath, so when an image is added, there's a caption space underneath. So created that there, and they had to work out the materials and just double tap onto the caption underneath and write what they thought it was. On top of this one here, we just use some of the other features there. So a definition of magnetic, whereas usually they would type, put all the definitions in there, and when they tapped on it, they got to choose the definition. Next page was an experiment with just some very quick instructions about testing properties, magnetism, and then again placeholder images just to put those things in there. And then, was it magnetic, yes or no? They had to do a scratch test to find out which was the hardest. Was it transparent? And these were all things that eased the use and the flow of the lesson, so they could just choose things there, and they built their lesson together. And then the last page, I would usually have a placeholder in here just to record a conclusion. So numbers is a great way to scaffold projects and lessons. Experiment with the different types of cell types, and it can really enhance the learning, because there's not as much focus spent on recording, and it's all about building that knowledge and learning as they go.